playing in this beautiful ballpark, the most intimate ballpark in all of Major League Baseball.
It's official, no longer rooted in Oakland. The A's are moving out and up to West Sacramento starting next season.
It breaks my heart.
But will diehard fans make the drive and support them there?
I will be in there at protest, just as I am many of the activities we put together out in Oakland. No, I will not.
And what will the next few seasons look like before their bigger planned move to Sin City?
We're looking forward to this being our home until we move on to our stadium in Las Vegas in 2028.
Hi there, and thanks so much for joining us today. I'm Elizabeth Cook. Well, it is the talk of the town. The A's officially announcing this will be their last season in Oakland. They'll be packing up and moving to West Sacramento. It'll be their temporary home before they eventually, hopefully, to them, land in Las Vegas. We'll have more on that move and the fallout with the fans. That's all ahead. But all right, let's get back to our big story today. Everybody's talking about it. The A's announcing their temporary move to West Sacramento starting next season. Matt Lively joining me now with this kind of unbelievable news. It's weird to say that this is going to be their last season in Oakland.
All of a sudden, I know it's a horrible day for baseball in Oakland. There's really no other way to put it. They're losing a once storied franchise. It's provided decades of memories for all of these fans. And now the A's are just dropping the name Oakland. They'll be referred to as the A's or the Athletics as they play at Sutter Health Park, a minor league stadium in Sacramento. Right now, between stadium seats and the grass, Sutter Health can fit only about 14,600 fans. City leaders and Sutter Health Park refusing to comment on the renovations that many speculate MLB and the Players Association would require. The Oakland A's Coliseum, by the way, it currently seats 63,000 fans, but less than 11,000 showed up to the A's home games on average last season.
We're excited to be here for the next 3 years, playing in this beautiful ballpark, but also being able to watch some of the greatest players in baseball, whether they be athletics players or Aaron Judge and others, launch home runs out of this very intimate, the most intimate ballpark in all of Major League Baseball.
Very odd to name a non-athletic there. Nonetheless, Sutter Health Park is also home to the Sacramento River Cats. That's the Giants' AAA affiliate. So the A's would play when the River Cats are on the road. But just a week ago, the president and COO of the River Cats said that Sutter Health Park is not built to be a Major League Baseball stadium. In the meantime, plans in Vegas are moving forward. This week, the Tropicana Hotel and Casino, which is on the site where the new stadium will be built, it closed for good. It's slated for demolition in October. But the new $1.5 billion stadium won't be ready until 2028. That's why the A's have agreed to this 3-year lease in Sacramento with a 4th-year option if the Vegas stadium isn't finished on time. The cost of the deal has not been released, but ESPN's Buster Olney reports that it's about a $35 million difference from the 3-year lease that Oakland offered. In baseball terms, that's very little. It's just north of $11 million per year. And to put that into perspective, Giants reliever Taylor Rogers currently set to make $12 million a year over the next 2 seasons. So we are talking about a relief pitcher salary. That was the difference that they had between Sacramento and Oakland. John Fisher opted for this Sacramento deal. Obviously, things have been contentious with the city council and the government in Oakland. Liz.
Oh, for years. For years, Matt. Okay, but it's important to note that this Vegas deal, it's not a for sure thing.
Not at all. Vegas really doesn't want the A's. That's what we're being told. City councils there don't want them. They don't want them on that Tropicana site. And it was made very clear today in Sacramento, this is an audition for the city of Sacramento to have an MLB expansion team. What they said essentially is that Rob Manfred has said baseball wants to expand west. They want to add another team in California. And Sacramento is going to say, hey, look, we can host baseball here. So that's really what this grand plan is. And you're right. Vegas is a long shot from actually being locked in.
You have to wonder what's going on behind the scenes, what the conversations are really about.
Of course.
All right, Matt, thanks so much.
Thanks,
we'll
Liz.
see you again at 5.
Okay.
All right, so what happens if the plans in Vegas fall through? We'll have more on that coming up. But Where does the A's move leave Oakland as a city? Well, in a statement, Mayor Sheng Tao said the city offered a deal that was fair to the A's and fiscally responsible for the city of Oakland. She went on to say, quote, "We wish the A's the best and will continue our conversations with them on facilitating the sale of their share of the Coliseum site. The city of Oakland will now focus on advancing redevelopment efforts at the Coliseum." And longtime East Bay Congresswoman Barbara Lee wasn't shy about her disappointment over the A's move, calling this a sad day. She went on to write, "Billionaire greed got us to this point. I hope the MLB continues to work with Oakland to keep a major league team in the East Bay and hold on to the A's brand." And Oakland has had some tough luck with pro teams leaving over the past few years, right? Coming up, more on the impact to the community as a whole. And we will hear from the fans for their take on this dramatic move, why a few may actually be on board with part of this plan. One final season at the Oakland Coliseum. That's the announcement from the A's today. They're heading to West Sacramento in 2025 and will play there until their Las Vegas stadium is ready to go. Joining me live now is Oakland City Council member Noel Gallo. Thank you so much for joining us today. When you heard the news about the move to Sacramento, what'd you think? That had to be a gut punch.
It was really disappointing. I grew up here in the city of Oakland, have been an Oakland A's fan all my life, and certainly, I'm a strong supporter of the Oakland A's staying in Oakland. But, like the song says, I'm going to miss you, but let's just kiss and say goodbye. I think that, Oakland and the Alameda County has tried in many different ways to keep the A's in Oakland. But, in my lifetime, I've seen the A's try to go over to the city of Fremont. That didn't work out. Then they tried to even bought land in San Jose, and thanks to the San Francisco Giants, they filed the lawsuit, and the A's weren't able to build in San Jose. And so we remained in Oakland. We try to not only rebuild, strengthen the Coliseum, but also made available Howard Terminal at the Port of Oakland. And I'm extremely disappointed, for them to now come back and say, well, we're going to be playing in Sacramento, when at the end of the day, the taxpayers here in Oakland and Alameda County, we paid millions and millions of dollars, not only to rebuild the stadium, rebuild the BART station, the connections to the airport. And, but, they made that choice to move. And hopefully, since we have a contract with the African American Sports and Entertainment Group, that we can open the door with the National Football League, as well as the Major League Baseball, to be able to attract.
You cut out there for a second, Councilman Gallo, but do you think that this was the plan all along? Do you think the A's always intended to leave Oakland?
Well, it's a business. You got any baseball team is a business. It's about making money. Mm-hmm. And certainly, I think with Mr. Fisher that owns the team and Major League Baseball, because anytime any professional baseball or football team moves, all the other teams make millions of dollars by the move that occurred. And so that's more of, I think, the motivation is to make more money, have greater control of the facility, because right now the Coliseum property is owned by the county and the city of Oakland. And so I think that was more a move on the money end, the investment end. And, the fan base is here in Oakland. The support is here in Oakland. And I, as a taxpayer, I'm still paying for the property at the Coliseum, even though I'm going to lose a baseball team. I lost the Warriors. I had to sue the Warriors for millions of dollars by them leaving. I lost the Raiders. But I still think there's an opportunity to work with Major League Baseball to attract the team to come back to Oakland.
I'm curious, do you think, it's been so devastating for Oakland fans? You mentioned losing the Warriors, now the A's. But do you think there's anything the city could have done differently to try to convince the A's to stay in town? Do you think that their deal recently given by the city to the A's to stay another few years, do you think that was fair?
Well, I don't agree with the deal that was presented, and it should have, it was news to me as to what was presented at the end and what was rejected by the A's. Certainly, I've been on the council for 11 years. I've grown here in Oakland, have a strong relationship with those that brought the Coliseum and professional sports to Oakland. Robert Bob, the city manager, was here in Oakland for many years. I worked for him. I still speak with him. And he's the one that built the Washington, D.C. National Baseball Stadium and Soccer Stadium and other cities as well. So he has the history and experience. But so I think that considering the fact what was asked of the A's to contribute back to the city, should have been more of a public presentation with the council and working with the county supervisors as a whole to structure a deal to maintain the A's here while we could try to negotiate with Major League Baseball to attract another team to the city of Oakland. And but sometimes the negotiations weren't handled and the business-like form and but we are where we are today. And certainly we'll miss the A's, wish them well, but hopefully we can continue to attract another team to Oakland.
All right, moving forward. All right, Oakland City Council member Noel Gallo, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ariane Makovic, following the fan reaction to today's big announcement, and it wasn't a huge surprise for many, but it still hurts. It still stings.
Yeah, it certainly does. And Noel Gallo's comment, we're going to miss them, but we'll kiss you goodbye. Heartbreaking, really.
No question.
The finality of it all and the frustration that the team is now going to be playing so close, but yet so far. Many fans are just downright bitter.
You know what? I give up on the A's.
Why so? How come?
It's a sore subject.
Too much playing around by the owners in the city.
I mean, I don't go for the A's, but yeah, like it is upsetting and sad that, they can't keep them there.
Now, there is a bit of a sweet spot for some A's fans who see the positive in the new location, making the team more accessible to where they live, temporarily at least.
That's okay. I live in Manteca, so that's no problem. It'll be closer to me. Yeah, I like them. I like it. They move out there for a while.
What do you about to think of moving to Vegas overall? Do you think that's
No, that's a bad idea.
A lot of fans sounding off about the A's on the move on social media. One person on X says, absolutely heartbreaking for Oakland fans. It's shameful that the organization did this in a way that seems to have maximized the pain and disrespect to the fans who have shown nothing but loyalty for generations. Another person saying, seeing the Oakland Athletics move is kind of sad. There's so much history on the team, 9 World Series trophies, countless Hall of Famers, and it's all being destroyed by a greedy, inept ownership group. Another person posting, what's happening with the Oakland Athletics franchise is so shameful it almost defies disbelief. For many, it's just how long this has dragged out, the ups and the downs, the hopes and the losses, all ending in this, Liz.
Much. And while the A's plan to move west to Sacramento, the capital city, Sacramento, right next door, seems ready to welcome them as well. The mayor and city council members there are holding a news conference in less than an hour to talk about this move. And the A's move isn't the end of baseball in Oakland, though. Coming up, how the Bees will be keeping the sport alive in the town and your chance to be a part of it. All right, there is a plan B for baseball fans in the East Bay. The Oakland Ballers, or the Bees, will be part of the little-known Pioneer League. Responding to today's news about the A's planned Sacramento move, Ballers co-founder Paul Friedman issued a statement. He said, quote, "The Ballers were started by A's fans, and as such, we are heartbroken. But this team was also started by Oaklanders, and in that respect, we couldn't be more proud." The team plays their inaugural game next month on the road. Their first home games are coming up in a little bit later, but the team's backers are hoping the Ballers will help fill the baseball void in Oakland. And if you think you have the skills, the Oakland Ballers are holding open tryouts this Saturday. If you're interested, you can register online and come out to Laney College.